Now, speaking of France, the political turmoil that's going on in the country is being met on the streets with a sense of frustration. People are looking for an escape from all of that, and they've partly been turning to Christmas markets, including in the city of Tours in the Loire Valley. And in this week's Reporter's Notebook, Jamie Smith-Maillet has been speaking to market goers and stand holders to take in the pre-Christmas vibe.
The city of Tours, in the heart of the Loire Valley, is known for many things: chateau, wine, goat's cheese, and where, it is argued, learning French is best, being at its purest here. Of course, Tours is also known for the Loire River. In the summer, cyclists can be seen here in packs, carting luggage up and down the Loire on the popular Eurovélo cycle route, from the source of France's longest river to its mouth, with the odd pause for a picnic or an apéro at one of the ganguettes, summertime prop-up bars on the banks of the river. But at this time of year, there are fewer visitors and cyclists, while a thick mist gathers and cloaks both city and countryside. The light comes from a regular feature across many European cities: Christmas markets. France is not a stranger to the familiar wooden huts, but the traditions have their roots in the east of France, in Alsace and notably in Germany. However, here in Tours, they have tried to carve their own identity. I ventured into one of the markets on one of the long tree-lined boulevards with Haussmannian-style terraced housing, like in the capital city, giving Tours its nickname Petit Paris, Small Paris. There I met a group of friends ending their wine-tasting day with a cup of vin chaud or mulled wine, and I wondered if such mixing of grapes would be approved by the real connoisseur. A woman in the group, originally from Alsace, told me how things didn't feel as authentic as out in the east. There was less of a tradition, she added. In some ways, it is an imported implant, but the municipal council for the city of Tours has tried to give it more of a local flavour for both economical and ecological reasons. Iman Manzari, a councillor from the mairie, the town hall, told me how that when they came into office in 2020, COVID saw most Christmas markets across France being unable to open. But Tours was one of the few cities that could by creating market spaces, or villages, throughout the city, an approach that worked and has been kept since, with the number of huts increasing from 70 to 100. Each village has its own identity: handcrafts, food for gifts, and food for now. Encouraging local business and made in Touraine, the local area, was also an aim, with jewellery from nearby Amboise, wooden tree decorations from the south of the city, and a hot air balloon experience gift pack to soar over the Loire Valley castles from a local company upstream. We come here for the frites. They were great last year, a group of high school lads told me as they made their way to one of the many food stands. Back up by the river and next to the landmark arched 18th century bridge, Pont Wilson, crossing the Loire, an alternative feature was added in 2022. The city at the time switched the traditional riverside ice rink for a roller skating rink. Rollerblades replaced the ice skates. A plastic rink replaced a block of ice. Facing budgetary cutbacks, the move meant a big saving, but it also tied in with the city's green agenda. Winter temperatures here have been above average for a number of years now. Cost and climate concern, Iman told me. But it's not been met with support by all. A mother at the roller rink told me how c'est nul, that the change was rubbish, she said. Her children could roller skate at home in the garden, she added. But others, a couple of students who came here for a beer and a chat after class, told me how it all made sense. Iman, the councillor, is part of a political alliance in the city as one of a number across France that saw left-wing and Green parties join forces. Like in Paris, Tours has gone through a cycling revolution with new lanes throughout the city. Evening lights-off measures in certain neighbourhoods have been trialled during the wee hours. Such changes have taken time for people to adapt to, and there is still the odd grumble. I wandered back up Rue Nationale, the main shopping street where the city's tram pings by, much of this street rebuilt to replicate its original look after suffering heavy Allied bombing in World War II. A loudspeaker system installed throughout the streets plays festive and classical music into the area at this time of year, accompanying shoppers and market visitors. Mulled wine, frites, sweet treats, or a local handcraft. And a roller skate instead of an ice skate. All of those visiting had one thing in common, seeking a welcome distraction from the nation's ongoing turbulent political climate, before wishing one another joyeuses fêtes.
Jamie Smith-Maillet there with this week's Reporter's Notebook, and we're going to have more on France's political meltdown after 9 o'clock.